Welcome to HIMT 1245, ICD-10 CM, and ICD-10 PCS coding. My name is Ashley and I will be your instructor this fall. I just wanted to touch base. Thanks for joining me with this video. I wanted to just alert you to some of the things that you should expect this semester. First of all, I see quite a few familiar names on the roster, so nice to see you again, even if it is online. And if this is your first time in one of my courses, please know that I'm pretty quick to get back to my students when they need help, so feel free to email or reach out anytime. As your instructor, I've done everything I can on my end to help you be successful this semester. But I also understand that questions arise. So again, please know you're always welcome to email questions to me or post questions to the coding roundtable, which we will discuss in a few minutes. I would rather you honestly ask me 3 questions a day and let me help you learn and succeed this semester than have you stay silent and struggle. So just because this is an online course does not mean that there is no one out there to help. There is a friendly face on the other end of the computer screen, so please reach out when needed. First and foremost, make sure that you read through the course syllabus before beginning your week 1 work. It's important to get a good handle on expectations for the semester. My syllabus does include the course schedule. Due dates are firm in this course, so put any due dates on your personal calendar now to avoid issues later. The midterm and final exam are proctored. As of day 1 of the course, we are planning to have the midterm and final exams proctored on campus at a Columbus State testing center. That's the plan right now. Things may shift and change depending upon COVID protocols. So keep a close eye on the announcements every week. I would suggest checking announcements at least 3 times a week. But as of right now, plan to come to the campus for the midterm and final exams. This course also has weighted grades. Be sure to read through that section of the syllabus. And it also mentions that you should ideally be spending 6 to 9 hours per week on this course. This is a 3 credit hour course. This 6 to 9 hour recommendation is not something we have just made up out of thin air. All colleges in Ohio are given oversight by the Ohio Board of Regents. And by their definition, for each credit hour, the student should be spending 2 to 3 hours with the course material engaged, whether it's in class or doing homework or quizzes. 6 to 9 hours a week should be the goal for a 3 credit hour course. This course requires 3 books. The Coding Handbook with Answers 2021 version, and then most of you, if you've been following your plan of study, should already have the ICD-10 CM code book and the ICD-10 PCS code book, both of these 2021 versions from your past HIMT 1274 course. So hopefully you already have these 2, but the handbook definitely needs to be purchased for this course. Please be sure to check your Columbus State email address at least 5 days a week. Sometimes there are times when I need to get a hold of you instead of you getting a hold of me. So it's really important that you're checking in with that Columbus State email. And if you do need to send me an email, make sure it's coming from your Columbus State address, and remember, as per the syllabus, to include the course number, HIMT 1245, in the subject line. Also, be sure to check announcements 3 times a week.
With everything changing due to COVID, things cropping up and things changing quickly, there might be times where we need to relay important information to you. So please be sure again to check those announcements at least 3 times a week. The main focus of this course is going to be the textbook or handbook reading and the handbook exercises, which will be assigned each week. Honestly, the only way to learn how to code well is to practice often. There's no magic spell that I can put on you and that you know how to code everything effectively. It really is practice makes perfect. So if you're assigned 30 exercises and you only complete 5, well, it's important for you to understand that each one of those 30 assigned exercises, each one has its own little unique spin on it, whether it's a different guideline applied or a different instructional note applied in the tabular list. So it's important to complete all of the assigned exercises each week. This is definitely going to require a lot of self-discipline on your part. As I mentioned before, I'm giving you the tools. I'm giving you these practice exercises. I'm giving you some how-to videos and textbook readings to help you, but it's going to be your job to keep up your end of the bargain and apply those tools to the actual coding exercises each week. The answers in the handbook are provided for you. So, be honest with yourself. Cover those answers, complete all the exercises, and then go back and check your work. Don't just look at the answer and say, oh, yeah, I know how to get to that. Be honest with yourself. This is a self-assessment. Nobody's looking over your shoulder. Just cover those answers and be honest with yourself. Do you know how to get to the correct code? If not, go back through and figure out where you may have taken a wrong turn. If you can't figure out where you took a wrong turn, post to the coding roundtable. I'm happy to answer questions anytime. Neglecting these exercises, these will definitely result in poor quiz scores, poor exam scores. So again, we're learning how to apply those guidelines this semester. So if you're not working through the exercises, you're not going to find a lot of success. Another reason to be coding often is when you're seeking future employment opportunities. For a lot of these big health systems that we have in the area, a coding test is often part of the application and interview process. They want to see, do you have these fundamentals down? They don't expect you to be a perfect coder, but they do expect to see fundamental concepts. So do you know how to refer to the guidelines? Practicing now is going to reap benefits later on the job hunt. When you are completing your handbook exercises, you will have questions. This is very common. Honestly, in this course, I get worried when students don't have questions. We're learning new concepts, right? It takes a while to wrap our heads around these things. So for that reason, on Blackboard, you will notice one of the buttons along the left-hand side is called the Coding Roundtable. This is a bit like a discussion board. This is where we can start discussions about specific exercise numbers from the coding handbook. So if you have a question, just click on the Coding Roundtable and create a thread. Make sure that you label your thread with the exercise number in the subject line, because odds are if you have a question, someone else in the class has that same question. So this way other students can refer to the Coding Roundtable and see if that question has already been asked and answered. Honestly, and it's just an easier way to find the exercise number in the subject line. Check the Coding Roundtable often. Either you can post or maybe even again a classmate has posted a question that you have yourself. There is an option if you're feeling shy and you want to post anonymously. So there's a little box you can click when you create the thread to post anonymously, so there's no reason not to ask questions. In this course, you are encouraged to confirm the handbook exercises in the Blackboard steps in our classroom each week. Make sure you read through which exercise numbers should be completed. Sometimes I ask you to complete all or odds or just the evens. So again, follow along in the Blackboard step each week for each chapter. And honestly, I usually see between 75 and 100 posts in the Coding Roundtable each autumn semester for this course. So just please know it's commonplace. Reach out with those questions. I have mentioned a few times now that I'm giving you the tools to succeed this semester. Well, one of those tools is the creation of some videos which I've embedded into the Blackboard steps. These videos often address student pain points from the weekly readings in the textbook and the textbook exercises. So please spend time with them. I do not require weekly online meetings in this course. I understand everybody's busy and it's hard to find that set time every week for everybody to meet. So instead, I have created these lecture videos which should be considered your class time. So please don't neglect these videos. Make sure that they're a part of your learning every week. Often the quizzes will touch base to concepts that were reviewed in that week's videos as well. We do have weekly quizzes on Blackboard where you may use your code books, of course, as you will need to be looking up codes, but please do not use the coding handbook on these quizzes. I can tell when you are. No late quizzes will be accepted. This is mostly because the answers post immediately after the due date on Sunday night, so you can go back in and double check your work on Monday mornings, but that means you cannot go in and complete the work after that time. So again, due dates are firm in this course, mostly because those answers post immediately after the due date. You're expected to learn from your mistakes. Go back and check your work each week. Go into My Grades, click on the assignment or quiz name, and then click on the score, and you will be able to compare your answers that you submitted to the correct answers if there were any mistakes. And then learn from those mistakes. Go back and see where you took a wrong turn. If you can't figure it out, send me an email. We'll figure it out together. Please do not use iPads or smartphones to take the quizzes. They often don't play well with Blackboard. So make sure you're using Mozilla Firefox as suggested by Columbus State as well when you're working through Blackboard. Week 5. Put this on your calendar now. Have it on your radar screen. In week 5, in addition to the weekly quiz, there is a coding path assignment. It's very significant. It's worth 50 points, so you don't want to miss it. You're going to want to spend ample time on this. No rushing. For those procrastinators out there, please do not wait until Sunday night to complete. Again, it's very significant and worth 50 points. And make sure you read the instructions carefully for this assignment.
Again, I want to emphasize that the midterm and final exams must be proctored. Plan to come to campus for these 2 exams. Again, if anything should change due to COVID protocols, you will be alerted in the announcements. Just like the quizzes each week, you may only use the CM and PCS code books on the exams, not the handbook, but it's important to remember to take those 2 code books to the testing center with you. I am here to help you all semester, so please do not hesitate to reach out and ask questions anytime. We've talked about the coding roundtable. You can certainly post questions at any time there. You may email me at any time. And I do have online office hours. These are posted in Blackboard under course information. So it lists the hours and a meeting room link there where you can just jump in anytime if you have a question and meet with me. So I would suggest emailing me first just to firm up a time during those office hours. That way, if I'm meeting with someone else, you don't have to wait. But again, I'm always here, so take advantage of these opportunities to reach out to me if needed.
So that's about all I wanted to throw your way about this semester. I know that you all have the capability to do well in this course. It's just about putting in the time. So if you put in that time coding, I promise you'll just learn so much this semester. So it's nice to see a lot of you again. Again, my new students, hello. Please know I'm friendly. Reach out with questions anytime. Have a great semester, everyone. Take care.